Joined now in the post-game show by head coach J.W. Kieckhefer. I'm Peter Ferreira alongside Justin Corrigan. Coach, sets 1 and 3, two of your, I guess you could say for intents and purposes, easier sets. Set 2, they really put up a fight. Talk me through what it was just, hey, let's just finish the job. Set 1 started strong. Let's just get in and out as quick as we can.
Yeah, I think they didn't necessarily play as good of volleyball as they can.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the message going to set 2 of just expect better volleyball from that side of the net. That North Park team's really good. There's a reason they're 4th in the conference right now. It's not because they're a bad volleyball team. They're really good. They've beaten some good volleyball teams already, and I think the service pressure that they can bring, some really good jump float serves, combined with some pretty pacey jump spin serves, along with the defensive effort that they give for every single point in the backcourt, it's impressive. Like their coach is doing a really nice job of getting them to play for each other and play hard. And they have a style, and they play within their style, and it's unique.
Yeah. And
so you really have to be good at communicating. You really have to make sure you understand where people are going to get in front of it well as blockers. And I thought we did that well. It's just they dug some balls and brought them back, and they scored some points. They played better in set 2. I don't think there was anything on our side than that. I think they just played better, and we just had to respond like we did late in set 2. And then, coming out and understanding we got to play this team at least one more time and probably 2 more times. So it's an opportunity to go make sure that you dictate play, both not just in this match, but the 2 more matches we got to go play against these guys to finish the season out probably. So, I just wanted to go out and dictate play in set 3, and I thought we did that really well.
Now, you guys offensively hit 410 tonight, 40 kills on 8 errors on 78 attempts. What went right offensively to get those numbers the way they are?
Yeah, I think we have a size advantage against that team, which is nice. Particularly on the right pin with Ben Heiss. I think Ben Heiss has done a really nice job here in the last couple matches of using some advantages we've had to score. And I think Ryan Morey's has set him up really well. Again, some adjustments we've made back there to help him be in better places to score. And I think Ben's made a big adjustment there. I think it's just a size advantage that we are able to have. So when we can pass the ball, especially when our setter's in the backcourt and we have all 3 front row options and the full net's expanded, we're pretty elite against when we have a size advantage like that. So, the BIC really worked well today out of the middle back. We actually didn't use it a lot, but it worked well, particularly just the middle of the court. I thought our middle fronts were really good today, and that goes to Josiah Flegger-Heron off the bench. Got a nice little middle transition kill up on time, find the open court. That was sweet, and I thought, Ryan Cholowitzki and Hudson Schweitzer did a great job in that facet of the game. And Otto and Owen Hendricks are pretty dang good at volleyball. Their range to get it, sharp cross and line. There's some high line touches in there. There's some high cross touches in there. Man, we're really good when we can pass, and I think the size advantage with the athletes, it's just tough to stop if we have those.
Now, you mentioned Ryan Morey, AVCA National Player of the Week, the first one for the program since Matt Slavinsky did it twice during the 21 championship run.
Who he said was pretty good at volleyball.
We did say it was pretty good.
He's okay. Yeah, he's okay at volleyball. He's all right.
Can't inflate his ego too much on the live.
Oh, we can do that if we want. He's not on my team anymore, so we can inflate his ego all we want now.
Fair enough. Anyways, back to Ryan Morey, 28 assists tonight. What has his leadership from the center position meant to the program to be able to get such national recognition already, transitioning into a full-time starter role?
Yeah, I think we talked about how that's a team award, right? Especially at a setter position when you need the passing to be there to be able to run that kind of offense, and on top of that, you need the attackers to be that physical to be able to hit that type of offense, and so that's a team award for sure. You don't get that award unless you get a couple wins, and you don't get that award, especially as a setter, unless your hitters and passers are dialed for you. So. I think Morey has done a really nice job of distributing the ball pretty evenly across the net. And I think he's taken advantage of the matchups when we get him, and I think that's what's been really impressive about his game. He brings a calmness to this group, and he's a little goofy, and I think we got some goofy guys on the court.
Yeah.
We're just a kind of a silly group sometimes, and it drives me crazy from time to time, to be honest with you. But that's what this group is and who we are, and so it's my job to, use that version of me that I can find at the right times to keep them locked in. Our offense is good. I think Joe Kolwitz does a great job off the bench, too, to set the team. You saw him today with Ruben Emmerich. Both those guys are guys that are pretty elite at what they do and, 2, the best in the country. But, Ryan Morey's been great at locating the ball, combined with finding the hot hitter at the hot time. So proud of Ryan, proud of this entire group. for just being locked in and some challenging moments in that Loris match. We were behind in all 3 sets, and we just didn't blink, and we kept playing ball, and that was the message here against this North Park team. No matter what happens on that side of the net, we can't blink.
Yeah.
We play our style of volleyball, and it's going to work out for us.
Jack Nolan, saw him on the sideline, probably nursing an injury for a while. Talk us through Mallory O'Callahan. We saw them both get some good reps, not only serving but in the rotation. What's it like to know, hey, you got those 2 players ready to step in?
Oh, man, you can't say enough about Devin O'Callahan and Austin Mallory.
Yeah.
I mean, those 2 kids are special at what they do in the libero position. And that's how deep and talented our libero group is. Zach Noland is special at what he can do with how he runs the backcourt, with how he digs the ball, with how he passes the ball. And, I thought you saw Dev again today make some ridiculous digs in left back. Just a special talent. Both those guys are some of the best defenders I've seen and coached in my entire life. And when I've coached at Division I level, I played libero at the Division I level, and those 2 guys are as good as it gets, and so is Zach Nolan. They're as good as it gets in the country, no matter what level, D1, D2, D3, NAI. They're, and put Jack McDonald on that list too. Those guys are the best at what they do. We're lucky to have all 4 of them on our team. And it's good to get some use out of them. They're, the young freshmen, we got to get them in the game. Like, Zach is playing such great volleyball. We got to find a way to get, Austin and Devin some time, because they are just elite at what they do. Devin dug another ball even as a libero. I don't know how he got that ball. I don't know why he was there. He was there because he needed to be there, because the ball was going to get hit there.
Yeah.
But I have no idea why and what he saw, and that's how special that kid can be at times on defense.
Yep. Talk me through the next few weeks. You aren't home until 2 weeks for today. What's the sequence going to look like? Practice, game ratio, and what are travels going to be
We
like?
got to get one more. We got to go to Augustana, another CCAW match on the road. 3.5 hours on a bus, never easy, never fun. And that Augustana team gave us fits last year, 3 4-setters probably, at least 2. They are really, really good at volleyball. They're emotional. They play with a high level of energy, and they dig the ball and bring it back. Max Sellers is a All-American from last year, back for a 5th year. They have a guy in the middle. Back for a 5th year. Those dudes just play some unreal volleyball and can really bring it, and haven't been having the greatest of seasons this year. They know they're better than their record is, and why not a better way to show it off than get the number 4 team in your gym rolling in a Saturday to go beat them on the road beat them at home and show off how good you actually are. So it's one of those matches where we got to be ready to go. That team is way better than their record, and they're really, really talented. They can ball control the ball. They can score it. And so we got to be ready to go on that one. And it's kind of like a nice little match for us to hang our hats on. We get to go on spring break for a little bit. Campus is on spring break, and we're going to take 3 days off with them. So that's the focus right now. Just got to get to Augustana, get through them. It's going to be an awesome match. And then we get to take 3 days off and just take a break and breathe a little bit from the grind of the season here. So, we're just focused on Augie. Play one more really good match of volleyball, get in front of those hitters, and serve the ball with some intention.
Sounds great. Well, Coach, congrats on the win today. Nice quick one for us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Thanks, Justin. Go Birds.
Again, head coach J.W. Kieckhefer. Always a pleasure to talk to, and I think he brings a lot of honesty to it, especially, I want to expound on Mallory and O'Callahan. When he's got those 2 young players, freshmen, that he knows, okay, McDonald is out. We'll just say right now we don't know. We don't know. We can say indefinitely, but ultimately you got 2 freshmen that are 2 of the best. They're not missing a beat, Justin.
Absolutely not, and they're kind of 2 pieces that can go in whenever they need to, and they're making the plays happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think there really needs to be a decisive is it going to be O'Callahan?
Yeah.
Or insert player here, as anyone could step up. It could be anyone at any given day.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what this next man up mentality needs to be for the Firebirds team, especially on the defensive end with Jack McDonald missing time.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the final stats. 40-29 kill differential, 410 to 131. 4-2 the service ace differential. Blocks 5-2, so fairly close. Service errors fairly close as well. But again, it was just a all-encompassing, that 410 to 131. Carthage hitting lights out, and again, you take away some of those service errors, completely different story. But Firebirds firmly defeating the Vikings. Set 2 a little bit closer, but sets 1 and 3 just pure domination for one of the top teams in the nation.
Absolutely. And Coach Kieckhefer hit it on the head. North Park didn't play their best volleyball tonight. It's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah.
But Carthage did a good job of not playing down to the level of volleyball that North Park was playing. Took care of business in 3 sets, 7th straight sweep, and he was also hit it on the head. That drive down to Augie's not fun, but they got to do it, and they got to take care of business on Saturday.
Yes, they do. And speaking there, 3 o'clock, Saturday, March 8th, Carthage will take on Augustana North Park versus Illinois Tech. 5 o'clock, Friday, March 14th. So they got a little bit of a break. And again, that is on the road in California. So we want to thank you all for being with us this Wednesday evening. Let's look at what's coming up for Carthage overall. We got a little bit of a break, you and I, Justin, until baseball, then men's lacrosse on Wednesday, March 19th, and women's lacrosse, a nice doubleheader. So you'll be on baseball, I'll be on lacrosse. So you just go to the YouTube page and you get to hear our lovely voices again. And then Saturday, March 22nd, men's volleyball versus Loris. And then Friday, March 28th, baseball versus Wheaton. So a nice little gap here for these teams to start getting their attention, rightfully so. Men's and women's lacrosse doing absolutely wonderful. In baseball, what's the outlook this year, Justin?
They're off to a great start. Final year under head coach Augie Schmidt. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but they had a good weekend in Florida. Went 3-1 on the weekend. Another big week in Tucson this week for spring break.
That they are. So we want to thank you for being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. For executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, as well as Andrew, Owen, Ty, Raylan, and Daniel, doing a great job, as always, a fully produced student broadcast. This program has been a presentation of Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College, copyright 2025. Once again, for Justin Corrigan and Peter Ferrari, the Birds sweep the Vikings in 3. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.